Well. Good morning, people. Top of it. I'm gonna get like 6 miles in. Alhamdulillah. You know, brother be up like every day, 4 or 5 in the morning, taking care of his business, making salat and different things. And I got a call early this morning, man. And I understand, man, that a lot of brothers don't be knowing the history, man, that where we come from. And a lot of stuff be on the internet talking about just certain individual stories or certain individual things. And a brother asked me, like, hey, man, your big homie, Big U, and I had to stop him. I said, first of all, brother, let me stop you in your tracks right there. First of all, that dude is not my big homeboy, bro. That dude didn't come off the porch before me. So it's impossible for him to be my big homeboy, you know. And then he was like, oh, man, I believe he was like, what? And this dude had the audacity to argue with me, bro. He was like, oh, man, he came around in 79. He was around when the war started with the gangsters. I was like, man, if you don't get them out of here, man. I said, dude. I said, me and that brother the same age. And he was like, what? I said, man, that brother's the same man. I said, do you know what we was doing in 79? I said, we wasn't thinking about that shit in 1979, bro. We wasn't thinking about none of that stuff. None of us. First of all, if I wasn't nowhere around there, I was staying in Carson, California, and he was staying somewhere else. So there's no way in the world that we was thinking about 1979. So no, Big U didn't come around in 1979, bro. He came around in 1985, and it's just like yesterday, man, that we could all remember when he came around, because when he came around, Slim and Poochie, Little Mump, brought him on 10th Avenue. And he was trying to convince all of us that we knew who he was. And brother, and to be totally honest with you, we was like, bro, we didn't know you, man. We didn't know that brother, me, Baby Sea-Dog, and a whole lot of other individuals, bro. We didn't know that brother. We didn't know that brother. So it amazed me, man, how dudes be seeing these interviews, because I guess that's that interview on Kev Mac videos where he was giving his story, his synopsis on, you know, on when he came around. But you got to understand, man, that you got brothers, man, that live that life, that come from that, and they know that history, and they understand that history. And one thing you can't do, man, you cannot change that history, bro. You can't change the history, man, especially when brothers that's still alive is out here and they know that history. Nah, bro, he didn't come around in 79. Nah, bro, he didn't help start no war. Nah, bro, he don't even know anything about that. He don't even know the details about that scenario, man, that came along, man, because it's like this, bro. The brothers that came before us and paved the way, bro, a lot of us didn't meet them brothers, man, until we got to the penitentiary, man, because they all had got scooped up. And I think the only ones that was really out there like that, man, at that particular time was Big Feet. And Big Feet used to tell us, you know, stories about, you know, how everything transpired, what happened, things of that nature. And then you had Ace Rat, and then you had his little brother, Lil Ace Rat. They'll tell us stories. You had the brothers, like you had the Springers. They'll tell us stories on, give us the history, on the information on how everything that's transpired dealing with the history. So when we came around, brother, we didn't know nothing about that war, bro. When we came around, we inherited a war. That's what we did. We inherited a war, brother. And the cold part about it is, this is why I be telling brothers and sisters, man, you can't basically be a part of something and you don't know the history behind it. So in our ignorance, we came around and we inherited that war, bro, and we didn't know nothing about it. We didn't know why we was going after gangsters. We didn't know none of that type of stuff, brother. We just know we was just from the neighborhood rolling 60s, bro. And we was out there doing stupid shit because that's what everybody else was doing, right? And then you're dealing with the history, brothers be talking about, he was saying, oh, man, Arlington, this, Arlington, that. And I was like, wait a minute, brother, pump your brakes, man. I say, bro, what side of Arlington you're talking about? He was like, what do you mean? I said, this is why, brother, you should speak on things you have no knowledge about, brother, because there's two sides of Arlington, bro. It's a side over there by Slauson, over there, Jack in the Box side. And then there's a side over there by Florence, in between 67th and all the way down, you know, by the tracks. So what side are you talking about, bro? So we can get some clarity on what you're talking about. He said, oh, man, Big U ran. I said, boy, if you don't, I said, once again, man, dude, Arlington started on the Florence side with 67, with Big Rick and all them brothers, man. Arlington didn't start over there, brother, on that bottom side over there by Jack in the Box. I said Slim and Big U and F-Bo and them, they stayed on that side. And Big D and them, all them brothers was over that side. And then when them brothers came around on that lower side, them brothers was like go-getters. They was getting to the bag. They was getting to the bag, bro. Them brothers on the lower side, man, them brothers was straight hustlers, man. They was getting to the bag. Lee Mac, Big D, and all them individuals that was claiming that Arlington side at the bottom. All them brothers on the other side is the ones who started and was a part of that first generation dealing with that Rolando Sesentes. So brothers don't even understand the history, and that's why I said this internet, man, this internet put out these false narratives, and this internet, man, be having you a brother looking bigger than what he is, man. Now let's take this a step further to the point where, did you see the brother Big U when he was saying that his character was Eddieboy in Friday, right? Now let me ask you, brothers and sisters, a question. Have you, brother, the character in Eddieboy in Friday? What was that character like? What was that character? Go back, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. I encourage you people to watch that and analyze that and see what that character was like, right? That character was not a thinking person. That character, brother, wasn't standing on nothing but just being oppressive and bullying individuals. Basically, that character was a big dummy. Just the way they had it, he said he was Eddieboy. So if you're Eddieboy, you got to own that, right? And then the brother went like further on saying like, hey man, he the one that, you know, when you guys went to jail, you know, he's the one that set up the case, showed the money. And I was like, bro, man, get the hell up out of here, bro. I said, where are you getting this information from? Once again, it's the internet. And then he was also saying, when y'all got arrested, he knocked out the police. I was like, man, bro, man, where are you getting this shit from, man? I said, can you read? He said, yeah, I can read. I said, man, I'm going to send you this PDF and let you read the case, brother, step by step, so you can understand, brother, who did what, X, Y, and Z, man. I'm the one that put the stuff together. I'm the one that showed the money. I'm the one that had the bag. I'm the one that always was out there, brother, putting that brother on to the point where I was bringing him along because I knew that if something went to the left, me and him was going to perform the way we were supposed to perform. But setting everything up, orchestrating everything, nah, bro. He didn't have that trait, bro. He didn't have that ability to set nothing up like that, bro. So it was me when we was going on certain things, the orchestrated stuff, and then it was other individuals when they was taking him on stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you guys need to understand, bro, that this internet, man, it doesn't tell you the whole truth. It's never gonna tell you the whole truth, bro. And I don't get how people don't understand that, man. It's like, you know, don't sit here and tell me that this dude ran the 60s, bro, when we all know, bro, that is a bald-faced lie. Maybe he ran his enterprise, or maybe he ran his section, or the dudes he was dealing with, but the 60s as a whole, he would never be the leader of the 60s as a whole, bro. Never, ever. Do you know how many individuals, brother, that's from over there? So, man, sometimes, man, you guys got to use reason and logic, man, when y'all be listening to this stuff, man. It's just like, it don't add up, bro. And I had to go back and look at the interview myself, man, and I had to shake my head, and I was like, man, and I was so more disappointed, you know, with the brother Kev Mac, man, because that's the brother, man. Ain't no question about that, man. That's the brother, man. Good brother, man. I can't take nothing from him on nothing. But I was just so more disappointed because he know the history. And when you being like a podcaster, or you being a person that interview another individual, and you know certain things that goes on, you don't, sometimes brothers don't ask hard questions. Sometimes brothers just let brothers tell a story because that's their story. But you got to, if you a part of something and you know that shit is not true, you cannot let nobody diminish the history, man, on what's going on, man. And it's unfortunate, man, that some brothers don't even want to hurt other brothers' feelings, man. But the era I come from, we're going to hurt each other's feelings. We can be like, man, get the hell up out of here, man. We don't want to hear that shit. Get out of here. So, nah, bro, man, it's like a lot of that stuff, man, dealing with the histories over there in the Rollin 60s, man, or dealing with the history or something to that nature. A lot of that stuff on the internet is not true, man. And then sometimes, man, you guys don't even know, or don't even know, or don't need to know certain things that transpire over there, right? Because, man, that stuff was ruthless, brothers, before I even came around that joint, man. And there's certain individuals, brothers, that's not being named, it's not getting no credit or like nothing, man, and they sacrificed their lives. They stayed down for themselves. There's so many individuals, man, that got demised over there, brother, for certain shit that they didn't have no regards to, or didn't do nothing or anything like that. Certain brothers, man, that's in a penitentiary doing life, brother, that they didn't have nothing to do, all because they stayed down for that hood, bro. And this is why I be telling some youngsters, man. I ran in like 10 youngsters yesterday, and they was trying to figure it out. And I'm like, hey, man, if you guys ain't got no felonies, you guys better jump on the other side. I don't care what side you jump on. Go get a bag, man, because they paying $100,000 a year, man, for these certain type of jobs. And I was giving them all the jobs that they need to go try to acquire and try to get into, because that gang stuff, that stuff gonna let you down, man. Them dudes gonna betray you. They're gonna let you down. They're not gonna tell the truth. There's no genuine concern, no genuine love, or none of that type of stuff. Now, when we was growing up, bro, it was easy, man, to come on 10th Avenue, man, you know, because I stayed on 10th Avenue. If you was hungry, man, we was feeding each other. If you need somewhere to stay, you stand over there. If you needed to take a shower or a bath or anything like that, you can do all that type of stuff, brother, because it was all love back then. Now, it's some other stuff, man. I don't know what it is. This shit is straight cutthroat. This shit is straight foul, and it doesn't make any sense. And another thing, when we was younger, brother, when we was getting to that bag, bro, we can come out the house broke and come home with 200, 300 racks, man. And what we do is, brother, we look out for our peoples. We put our peoples on. When brothers came up out the penitentiary, man, brothers was putting them people on. You don't have that shit no more, man. That don't happen anymore, bro. So none of that stuff happen anymore. It's not gonna happen. It's some cutthroat shit. And you got a lot of these old dudes, man, trying to keep that stuff going, because if you understand right now, bro, a lot of these youngsters, they don't even want to be a part of that stuff, man. That's why that stuff is dying, and I don't think people understand how much is dying, how much is decaying. That stuff is a myth. You know, if you're 40 years old, brother, you 50 years old, if you knocking on 60 years old, and you talking about still going around there chucking up the 2 fingers in the thumb, man, there's something mentally wrong with you, man. You need to go see somebody. You need to go check yourself up in a psych ward or something like that, brother, because you're delusional. You're crazy. There's something wrong with you, man. There's nothing wrong with having love for your friends or your homies or whatever it may be. But if you represent something, man, that's going to get you caught up, because it's going to get you caught up. Your affiliation will get you caught up. You can be talking to one of your homies on the phone, bro, and then you'll just be listening to him. He'll tell you what he got going on, what he doing. And time you agree to that, bro, you're a part of a case. So you have to be careful, man, and think in critical terms, man, what you doing out here and how you proceed in life. Because if you don't do that, man, come on, man. It's incredible, man. This stuff is so vicious and so deep, man. It's just like, man, it's unbelievable, bro. It's like, man, we got so much information and so much stories and so much stuff. I don't know how dudes. I'm talking to the brothers over there in that section over there right now. Hey, man, you dudes need to get together because this shit is huge. And I don't know how. I don't see how y'all don't see how huge this shit is, bro. You guys need to get together as a collective. You guys need to come together, brother, because you guys got a bag, brother, in y'all lap, man, and y'all not even paying attention to it. Put it together, man. And I'm not talking about no illegal shit. You guys got a bag, brother, on that history, on from when you started until 2025, brother, how everything's starting to transpire in 2025. You dudes need to get together, man, and put something together, man. And hey, man, if you don't see it, you still a big dummy, man. You ever hear Red Fox say, you big dummy? And that's sometimes, man, that's how we act, bro, when we don't think in critical terms, bro. We be big dummies. But, man, dealing with that history, man, back to the subject at hand, man, dealing with that history, bro. A lot of that stuff on the internet, bro, is not true, man. Nah, bro, yes, it's an Arlington gang, but the real brothers from the Arlington, man, they come from the other side on the 67 side, bro. Them the ones that started that stuff, man, and you got to understand that, bro. That's where that came from. And then when the brothers on the Allure side, when they came around, you know, they had a different era, bro. There's different era and there's different times, man. And I was looking at the interview, bro, and I was like, man, the only thing Big Q had to say, man, look, man, when I came around in 1985, bro, me and the brothers and the crew of individuals that was around there, bro, because it was a lot of us, man. It was a lot of us, bro. I'm talking about we was like ants around there. It was a lot of us, bro. We just took it to a different level. And we took it to a different level because, brother, that's when we was out there with automatic weapons. We had a whole bunch of drugs, a whole bunch of cocaine. We was just out there getting to the bag, bro. And that's when the level has intensified, brother, to solidify and stamping the reputation of that neighborhood over there. Now, I would give him that. He was a part of that, bro. Because we was all a part of that, bro. And the beautiful thing about that, bro, we didn't leave none of us behind, bro, at that particular time. I don't know where a lot of this selfishness came in at. I do, but it just got to the point where, man, it's not always I, me. Nah, bro, you wouldn't have been in that position over there in that section, brother, if it wasn't for the brothers, man, stamping and letting you say, okay, man, just go ahead, man. You want to be the front runner, you want to go over there and you want to be the face, okay, you can be the face. The person that beats the face don't mean that person that runs that particular section over there, bro. You know, he wanted to be the face, and them brothers didn't want to be the face, man, because the real dudes, they don't want to be out there like that. Pay attention to that. Real dudes, they're not going to sit there and draw attention to them like that over the internet, bro. Real dudes out there, man, putting in real work, putting down real demonstrations. Brother, they don't want no parts of no internet. They don't even want you mentioning their names. Education purpose only. You brothers have a good day. Don't believe everything you hear on that damn internet, man. Assalamu alaikum.